Lewis Hart for The Ring magazine. Always a pleasure to be joined Harlem Eubank here in Manchester for the press conference for your fight against Jack Catterall. Harlem, good to see you. How's things since we last spoke?
Things are good, man. We've got the fight that we wanted, and we're not far away now. So all the preparation is underway, and I'm looking forward to putting on a serious display on July 5th.
Yeah, obviously, the fight was spoken about for quite a few weeks. It was almost sort of just waiting for announcement. It's probably one of the worst kept secrets in boxing. I guess with it all having announced and the reaction, I guess what have you made of it, and I guess the talk around the fight?
It's it's one of the biggest fights. Over here, it's Jack Catterall is one of the best in the division. He's proven himself at world level over and over again. And now's my time, to show people what I can do at world level. So this is what this fight's about.
Is that an exciting factor, I guess? Because, no matter who you spar or whatever you do in training, etc., you don't really know until you make that step up. So is there part of you that's excited to prove that and to prove it to yourself as well?
Very excited. When I stepped up to European level against two-time former European champion Timo Schwarzkopf, I stopped him in emphatic fashion, so I look forward to these nights where it's a step up, where it's, you have to go out and prove yourself. I look forward to these nights, and this is what brings the best out of me as a fighter, so I'm ready to put in a display.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it comes to it. Is it I guess more proving it to people rather than yourself, because you know what you can do? Is it just more that you can prove that you belong there at a world level, I guess? Yeah,
it's more about, I know what I can do. It's about doing it under the spotlight. It's about doing it, when it matters most, and that is going to be July 5th. And it's about stamping my mark and making a big splash on the world scene, and soon fighting for a world title. Jack is the man that is in my way right now, and I plan on removing him on July 5th.
I know you had a little face-off at the Fisher Allen fight. Little few words exchanged. Is there much you can take from that?
No, just a little, pod and a poke. He wanted to get a reaction. He knows that I'm ready and what I'm coming to do, and he's preparing to try and do the same. And Jack is the type of character. I think you see what you get. You get what you see with him. He's not putting on any kind of act. He's pretty. Get what you see, and we're ready to go in there and overcome that man on July 5th.
Yeah. And one of the comments he said, "Do you think you can knock me out?" I think that was referring to an interview we'd done actually. Do you still believe? You're still fully confident you'll be able to get him out inside the distance?
100%. As I said, said to him, "I'll take you out."
Yeah.
And I've shown time and time again when I step up, quote unquote step up, when on paper everything is against me. I always go out and win in emphatic fashion, and July 5th would be no different.
Yeah, I was listening to an interview Simon Jordan done on TalkSport with Sam Jones. They talk about Jack Catterall being handpicked by Harlem Eubank. Would you say that? Would you say that you've picked Jack Catterall as your opponent?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know, handpicked, but I called for the Jack Catterall fight because we believe he's the best in the division.
Yeah.
I want to fight the best. I don't think there's many fighters that are really trying to fight the best right now in the sport. And I'm about giving these type of fights to the fans. And we've delivered it now. We're gonna turn up and perform on July 5th now.
Yeah. And when you do take these steps up, when you take this fight, because it's fair to say Jack will be the hardest opponent you've faced as a professional so far, especially at the level he's boxed. Does sort of that idea of going through the fire cross your mind? Even the idea of, not in a disrespectful way, but does the idea of defeat cross your mind, if it didn't go right?
Never. All the preparation I've done, I know I'm prepared to go through the fire. I'm always prepared to do that. I've done it in previous fights, I've prepared for this fight over and over again. All the moments that built up to it. I'm more than ready for this type of night, and you can take all the achievements, all the accomplishments. I'm not fighting them. I'm fighting a man, and I'm ready to I'm ready to overcome that man on July 5th.
Well, before I let you go as well, you spoke about sort of fighting the best in the division, and I know you spoke previously about Conor Benn. So, in your eyes, Jack Catterall much more a level above Conor Benn when it comes to competition like that?
What would you say?
I'm asking you. I mean, I'm asking you. It's not.
It's
I mean, if you look at the opponent's box, obviously, take out your cousin. Obviously, Jack's been competing at a higher level, you could say.
Yeah,
so.
Conor's boxed no one of note, and when he has stepped up to fight someone like Chris, who was one weight division apart and drained. Chris, defeated him by 4 rounds clear at the age of 35. So Jack Catterall is a world level operator. This is night and day from where Conor's at in the sport. This is the best guy out there. That's who we selected to fight next. So completely different level.
Absolutely. Before I do let you go, obviously Frank Smith on the opposite team. Is that, I guess, an extra motivation, a bit of a weird dynamic for you?
I told him I'm not speaking to him till after the fight. He's one of the ops right now. So Frank is I like Frank. He's a good guy, and but yeah, he's on the wrong team right now. So I'll see him after the fight.
Good stuff, Harlem. Appreciate the time, mate. Thank you.